I'm at 6:30.
I'm going to say the Pledge of Allegiance to open the meeting.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I love that.
I did.
Okay, call to order, pledge of allegiance, roll call. I got all legal counsel, clerk, marshal, utilities present. First item is adoption of the agenda for tonight's meeting. Has everybody had a chance to look at it?
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, first item is Mr. Gary Norman.
There he is. Right on
Your
cue.
timing's impeccable. You have the floor.
Yeah, if you could just come up over here to talk to them, you'll be nice and on camera.
Oh, good boy. Did you have an extra paper for me?
Oh, I do. I do.
Okay.
Somewhere.
I didn't print it out.
So you guys should have a copy of this. And what I want to kind of go over with tonight, is edit funds. And where they come from, how they're spent, and how they get here, and what you do. So edit funds, we request 12% every year from every entity, like every town, and also the county. So if you look on here, you'll see your edit funds estimated for 2026. There's going to be 39,873. So we request 12% of that is what we look for. Now, if you look, the 848 is a public safety tax. The reason it's higher this year is because the first year, half the county wasn't aware there was on there. So you had small CPAs, small companies, they didn't add the 1%. So they kind of got caught. So what happened was the first year was like, come April 15th, it's like, heck, I owe money to the state. Why? Then, so the second year going into it, so you're seeing the full amount. So this should be the amount that you should receive roughly from here forward. We don't seek any of that. Edit funds typically in the past was kind of lost its identity. It's economic development income tax. It's not your local taxes. So when you see local taxes on your payroll, your paycheck, so no matter where you work, so Carol, you've been in Osgood for
35 years.
okay, 35 years. So Don, you're retired, and you young man, you probably don't work in Sunman. So edit dollars follows you to your home. So if your address is within the town of Sunman, you receive these numbers. That's how you get it. So if you're in the county, that's why the county they pay the lion's share of our organization. So what we do is, so when I think about explaining these, how it works and follows you home, is that any project that goes in Osgood, Milan, Holton, even outside of our county, as long as they bring those tax dollars home, that's the biggest thing. So think of it as regional within our county. And we work regionally with outside of our county for that matter, but regionally. So what's good for Osgood, what's good for Sunman, we're all kind of together. So a dysfunctional little family we have. That's what we got to do. So we prop up in anything as far as a new business or an expansion or retention. Retention's a big one. Making sure the company stay here, making sure it's solid and solvent. That's kind of what our role is. So any kind of incentives, we typically step in and do incentives. So the state will add, for example, they used to have SEF funds. We would match that with training dollars to new companies. So Paul Rowe, which is not in town, but that's the last one. I think, John, you were involved with that.
Yep.
That's the last one we did with the tax abatement. So we work with companies. That's just kind of what we do. We're kind of the quiet ones. So we work on the backside and let you guys take all the credit. So anything new that comes here, any expansions and stuff, we don't need to be the ones with the golden shovels with the groundbreaking stuff. We do the work for you guys. So, I mean, my gosh, you guys are funding us. So that's basically what we do in a nutshell. You guys have any questions specific for economic development? Don's on our board, by the way, as you guys know. Great board member. And every town, all towns participate, including the county. So the county has 2 seats, one for county commissioners and county council. So if you look at the numbers here for the county, what they pay the lion's share, essentially. So they have one for county council, county commissioners, and one for each town. So Don is your representative for some representative Sunman. So if there's any questions, honestly, now is a good time to, anything in particular?
I'd like you to explain when we have like a project specific need, if we call you.
Oh, sure.
So project specific is, and Don can attest to this, and so can John for that matter. Everything we do is so confidential. So you have a company that approaches us, we can't really talk about it because they don't want, talking about their business, like Paul Rowe. That was, I wouldn't say quiet. They just asked us to, keep it on your half right now until we make it public. So they get to make it public. So if you have a project specific, all you do is make a phone call. And I'll make sure everybody's got my cell number here. Just call me anytime. And that's what we do. We step in. We have the whole team. We have the state. We have myself. We have Deb, our whole board. We have, it's endless really what we have. So anything specific, just give us a call. Email us, call us, text us. Well, I mean, that's what we're here for, essentially. So Concepts Industrial over here. That's a project that in building 70 for a lot of years. And we had sold it to, we were involved with Mike Farrell purchasing that. And he was there for all those years. It has now changed hands. Mike is still involved, but it's changed hands. So that's kind of our role, is make sure unfortunately, there's no tax abatement because there's no new buildings. And there's no personal property tax anymore because the governor got rid of that. So it's limited, but we have any kind of training dollars, assistance, and that's just kind of what we do. We get phone calls 2-3 times a week. In our building, I know, Don, you've been in it, and I think all you guys have been there maybe. The one-story building, we're actually getting ready to write a grant and do an innovation center. So it'll be for entrepreneurs and emerging businesses. So we'll have training in there from my SBDC, have training from actually our core group, and we'll have some training dollars from them as well. So it's about, young kids now want to run on their own business. So that's a big part of what we kind of always do. I'm on a panel about 2 weeks with Genesis Pathways out of Batesville down in Lawrenceburg. So we're on a panel a couple times now. And that's kind of what we do. We kind of help. We make sure that the assistance is there, make sure the public knows, we advertise. And so a lot of times, I've been in all your guys' seat before. Cheryl, I was clerk treasurer for all this good. It's on town council. So I get it.
I called them and said, where did our edit funds go? Why do we have zero tax?
And that's what, every year they change it. Oh, gosh, it wears me out. I have to go look for this every year. And that's why I copied and texted it or sent it to, rather, email it to. It changes every year where they put it. So this is guaranteed 26. 27 will look a little different than it did last year and the previous years. So that is your estimated numbers for next year. So it'd be 12% of where that number is, estimated number. So the true number will come out in what, Cheryl, like November still?
Mm.
So that number is what, that's why we put a percentage versus a number. So a percent based on this estimated number is what we were looking at.
Okay.
Yep, and I have him on his interlocal agreement on for the next public meeting along with fire and EMS and all that.
Okay.
What's nice is, it was 1%. It was what it was. But what's nice is the public safety tax. It took the burden off of you guys of trying to scratch and scrape, keep your police department up, the fire departments. It eased that burden for us too, because we were cut so many times with our budget. It was like it's starting to shrink pretty low. Well, now it's like, oh, thank goodness. We now have a way to pay for fire departments, police departments. So it gives us the wiggle room for you guys to do 12%. So it's not such a burden anymore. So anything else?
No, thank
No.
you.
The last thing I have, if you guys have anything, honestly, I'll make sure everybody's got my car fully. The last thing I want to do is this little small tiny thing. John, would you write these numbers down?
Absolutely.
Do you want numbers between 5 and 20 or 10, 20?
I don't care.
Okay. Number between 10 and 20.
Just give you one?
Yeah, any number.
12?
15.
18.
17.
John.
Did they say 12, 15, 18, and 17?
Yeah. So in succession, rattle off real quick without doing a lot of about what's got here. Give us who the president, vice president was for each one of those.
Well, let's go in reverse order.
Why not?
18th was Ulysses Simpson Grant, and his vice president was from Indiana, a
Not
guy
from
named
the
Skylar
county.
Colfax. And 17th.
I am
The
2018,
president-
not
17th
17,
president
18.
was Andrew Johnson, and he didn't have any vice president.
I was waiting for that one.
Because in those days, you didn't get to appoint one if you took over. 15th was James Buchanan, his vice president, was a guy from Lexington, Kentucky, named John Breckinridge, who became a Confederate general. The 12th, let's see, that would be 14.
That was Zachary Taylor.
There you go. Hey.
12th would be Zachary Taylor, Mexican War hero Zachary Taylor.
Was that East Central Education?
And
I love it, but he has to go backwards.
His vice was Millard Fillmore, Buffalo, New York's own Millard Fillmore, who became then the 13th president, because Zach Taylor died from eating too many strawberries at the 4th of July celebration in 1850.
Die from eating too many strawberries.
Too many strawberries.
So I do that for two reasons. One is don't ever go up against this man on presidential stuff or history in general. The other part is that, again, I've sat in all your guys' seats before, and you take it serious. It's taxpayer money, but sometimes you have to make things light of it. And you knew one of them. So if that's all you guys say,
I knew 18 was Grant. I didn't know the other two.
so anyway, it's always kind of fun thing every time I'm in a room with John. I wish we could kind of throw something at him. It's kind of interesting. I'm learning as we go. So
Really put you on the spot. You should-
that's why I let him pick the numbers, and you guys ran with the numbers, so it's not fixed. So
All right, man.
Thank
Thank
sir.
you,
Thanks,
Gary.
Mr.
I'll talk to you
Norman.
soon.
again, you guys, anytime. So I'll slip out here so you guys can finish up. I'm sorry I took a little time with John there.
All right,
Oh, well,
thank you.
Brenda.
Oh, he loved it. He liked showing off
that's true.
his big brain.
So next to the floor is the East Central FCCLA.
Hi, girls.
Evening.
If you wanted to step in front of that display case, we'll get you right on camera.
Hello, I'm Ellie Wolf.
I'm Olivia Linus.
And I'm Annabelle Edmonds. We are all from East Central FCCLA, and FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. It is a nonprofit national and technical student organization for students studying family and consumer sciences. The FCCLA provides leadership, character, and career development opportunities through hands-on projects and community involvement that focuses on strengthening families and communities. Within this organization, it allows members to maintain many skills for adult life. Our project hope is to be able to provide nutritious foods and warmth to people who are less fortunate by providing non-perishable foods, items, and donated clothing and personal hygiene products.
The Give and Take Food Pantry concept was originally proposed to you by the East Central FCCLA graduates Kayla and Layla Craig. Their goal with this project was to help the families in need of food and supplies within the Sunman community. They started by assisting local food pantries during their freshman year and continued by expanding their FCCLA project during their 4 years of high school by helping food insecure families in both our school and community.
From Layla and Kayla, we learned that there is a great need for a food pantry because we found that in Ripley County, 13% of the population is food insecure. Of those people, 15.7% are children.
In December of 2023, Layla and Kayla Craig approached the Sunman Town Council for approval of the Give and Take Food Pantry. By spring of 2024, they were searching for money and support of the project. By August 2024, East Central FFA began to build this small building as part of the agricultural mechanization class project. This project taught students in the class basic building and construction skills. Then in December of 2024, Layla and Kayla Craig wrote a grant for fighting hunger and received $500 from Youth Service America for finishing the building, including paint, windows, and any other supplies needed.
Due to the East Central High School building renovation, we had to wait to remove our building from the agriculture shop. So after we spoke with our parents, Olivia's dad, Pete Linus, reached out to Maxwell Construction to coordinate the transportation of our food pantry to Sunman. He also enlisted Chris Bittner, so on October 2nd, Mr. Bittner and his crew successfully brought the building to its new location in the former Sunman High School parking lot, where it was placed in a well-lit, easily accessible, and visible from State Road 101 and the Sunman Life Squad. We are very grateful to Mr. Bittner and Maxwell Construction for moving our building.
Upon Layla and Kayla Craig's graduation, they finished their FCCLA Chapter Service Star event by placing 10th in the nation in their last competition. We then decided as 8th graders to take over this project and add our own details to it. We began by selecting a name for the pantry, the Sunman Open Door Food Pantry. The concept of this food pantry is not to take away from the Sunman Pantry in Pentown, but to make food immediately accessible by foot if someone is in need in our town. The name came from the concept of people being able to grab any necessities they might need quickly.
Our work will continue by asking local people, churches, and anyone else that may have extra non-perishable foods that they are willing to share to put in the food pantry. This food pantry is to provide food for people that have nothing to eat. Our hope is that people use this food pantry for their immediate need and not to take more than what they need to get by. To help get the word out about our project, our FCCLA advisor, Mrs. Osman, has made a Facebook page called the Sunman Open Door Food Pantry to promote our pantry. Now everyone is able to see our updates and be included in upcoming events such as the ribbon cutting ceremony.
On October 25th at 10 a.m., we would like to invite you to our ribbon cutting ceremony for the Open Door Food Pantry. At this time, we will have the pantry stocked and ready to use. If any of you would like to say a few words during our ceremony, please let us know. We would really like to include the Town Council President, Mr. Zins, in our presentation. Would you be able to say a few words?
Yes. In my most John Kellerman way, yes.
In addition, we have invited our local state senators, Mr. Randy Maxwell and Ms. Jean Lysing, and our state representatives, Mr. Garrett Bascom and Ms. Lindsay Patterson. We have also invited the Ripley County Commissioner, Mark Horstman, members of the Sunman Dearborn School Board, and our school administration. We have reached out to the following media outlets, including the Register, the A12, Ripley County Publishing, and WRBI Radio.
Our vision for the Sunman Open Door Food Pantry will be to have food items that will mostly be canned goods. Timed items such as canned soup or stews will be a quick and easy meal for hungry people or families to pick up when they are in need. Along with canned goods and non-perishable items, we would like to include personal hygiene products for those who can't afford them. Our hope is that people use this pantry for their immediate need, not to take more than what they need to get by until they can afford or purchase food or get transportation to a local food pantry. We also want to encourage our local community to give back by placing items in the building to help our friends and neighbors in need.
The East Central FCCLA sincerely thanks the town of Sunman for their support of the Sunman Open Door Food Pantry. Your generosity and kindness make a meaningful difference in the lives of those in need, helping us provide food and hope to our neighbors.
Thank you. Good job, girls.
Thank you.
We'll see you during
I've always been a little bit,
open house
I've always been a little partial.
or the ribbon cutting.
Part of that East Central, especially the FCCLA, the girls don't know me, but Miss Osmond does. And what they've done is because I forgot about that. But it proves you guys are helping us adults realize that when somebody starts something and then new leadership or new people take over, we have to continue the good quality stuff that the people prior to us started. And that's what you girls proved, because your old classmates started it. I forgot about it. Next thing I know, I drive through town and I look over and I'm like, oh, hell, I forgot all about that. So that is huge. And Miss Osmond, you always do a fabulous job. You know how to go about it. Congratulations.
Yes,
girls.
Yeah,
top
thank you
notch.
very
Thank you,
much.
girls.
You guys got that done.
And you utilized it's, so I'm in management and I look at things in management from basically a set of blinders, but you had to figure out a way to get a building. So we went and talked to our friends at the ag department. Hey, you want to build us a building? We're working on a project. So interaction, social skills, development, problem solving, I did all of it. It's fantastic. Great work.
Yes, good work.
You should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
We're done?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is Eliza from Sunman Main Street.
Thanks,
We'll get that
girls.
up on the website too for that ribbon
Okay.
cutting.
Perfect.
Okay,
And I sent you the documents that they created about what food they'd like in there.
would you like that up before that day?
Yes.
I can put it up. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
We'll be stocking it next week before the ribbon cutting.
Okay, I'll get them up.
Thank you so
very
much. Okay.
Well, that's going to be a hard act to follow.
Yeah.
I'm Eliza, and
I'm Jim. We are part of the Sunman Main Street organization. We'd like to discuss our organization and its application for the Main Street program. For anyone watching who lives in Sunman, please click on the Google sign-in sheet in the pinned comment. It will ask for your name and the street you live on.
I already put the comment in.
I see it.
All right. First, you may ask, what is the state Main Street program? The state Main Street program provides resources and technical assistance to local organizations like the one in Sunman to help their towns achieve their vision, accomplish goals, and promote an economic development for their town. They do this with a four-pronged approach: economic vitality, design, promotion, and organization. Each work together towards the same goal. And the state program offers accreditation and support through access to a vast network, not only from the state, but nationally. They also have help with paperwork, because death, taxes, and paperwork. And they mainly are there for the background support. So this is really local grassroots organization.
So what does that mean for us here in Sunman? Sunman Main Street's broad goals are: number one, attract new businesses to town; two, preserve historic landmarks; and when possible, three, provide safe and green spaces for all residents. Some of our current projects are bringing childcare to town by trying to locate a suitable place for all 4 kids' daycare, sponsoring the community project, which will close out, or has closed out, their second successful year in September, and co-hosting the Cinco de Mayo Bash every year to help with community outreach, and co-hosting the Pumpkins and Mimosa event, which ended last Saturday. We are also working on a solution to the lack of parking in town. We know that is a major concern for anyone looking to open a business.
Over the next, those are our broad goals. So over the next 12 to 18 months, our main focus is trying to draw businesses into town and also support the businesses we have in town. I personally want a bookstore and a craft store. So if anybody has an idea, although if we have both, it might affect my family's budget. I think I'm.
To help with businesses in town, we would like with content creation, social media, and new photos and videos to promote both the town and businesses. Watch out for the flyer coming soon with details. Though we have a main focus, we are also fostering on a relationship with the park board to work together to revitalize the park. Keep an eye out for upcoming events.
And I've lived a lot of places, and I know you start with a good park. A good park brings families, big families bring businesses.
We are almost done. Although our group is small, we are dedicated and we would like to grow the organization. You can help by joining us. We have monthly meetings, and our next meeting is November 11th at 10 a.m. at the FCN Bank. We know that people in town are hardworking people and have growing families. So we will have evening meetings once a quarter that will now provide children activities and dinner. And as always, volunteers are welcome and appreciated.
And I will add, I know there's some stay-at-home moms in town and people who work from home with their small children. My children make a regular appearance at these meetings. They're well known. So please don't feel shy about bringing your kids. Please watch out for our Facebook updates and more information on events. We will be also posting the content from our local businesses there. We're going to start on Facebook and then expand out onto other social medias. Thank you for letting us come and share about our organization with you, and come and join us and be part of the conversation to shape Sunman.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So this application for this November, is that for tier 2?
That is for tier 1.
So you have to start over?
Yeah, we have to start over. Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah, no, this is
which
tier 1.
it was.
Yeah, we're at tier 1 right now. This is part of it. Hi. So the letter that we sent, if somebody could sign that, I will come pick it up, and that'd be great. I sent it to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I have 3 kids. I don't always remember what I do things.
So that letter has to be on town of Sunman letterhead?
No, possibly.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If you give me some time, I'll get it together. If you guys, it's just saying we support this, that we
Yeah.
support them with their application for tier 1 accreditation is what it is.
What were your 2 goals for the next 12 to 18 months?
We are helping, we are trying to draw businesses to town. We are getting in contact with some drone operators who can do video. We're going to do an aerial view of Sunman. Very nice. And I went to film school, so I'm going to get my camera out and start taking pictures and some videos and use my education for something that's actually used it for. It's supposed to be used for. So yeah, so that's the one thing. And then we're also trying to support the local businesses that are already here with content creation, which again will bring out my camera and do help with that. So
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you.
anybody else have questions?
No.
All right, I have to go home and feed my kids. So
Thanks.
Thank you.
have a lovely night.
You too. Thanks. All right.
Okay, that takes us into reports, and Marshall, you're first.
Alrighty, got a little bit of information, but I'll make it as quick as possible. You guys got our activity report. Apologize for being out of uniform. Town council understands why. Let's just say it's been a long summer. Ready for it to be over with. First thing I had on there was Morgan Allen. I did not include her. Next time I will. I'll start including her. And if you just add it on to it, Cheryl, for documentation, I can add it on. She had 5 contacts in the position that she carries, and she's got 11 hours out of the 40 hours of her training. I'm sure you guys have all done training.
How many hours? I'm sorry.
Not a
11. At 40.
We've all done online training around here, and it's horrible. But it's still better than sitting in a classroom. But it's hard just to sit there and watch that screen. So
And Morgan and I talked about her maybe keeping track of some of that stuff separately. So if we apply for grants, we would have all our statistics.
okay.
Okay.
Great. But she's been doing that. So like I said, she had 5 contacts, good 5 contacts. So she has made a difference, and I have received some compliments over of what she's been doing also. This was not on there. The gas tanks have been moved, which is a good thing, right, Connor? Yeah. So Connor, Joe, and Bodie was extremely busy, and we needed some preparation done back here in the back and some stuff laid down and some hookups and everything to be done so we can get our gas tank up here. Benefits us from and wear and tear on the vehicle running up and down the sewer plant road that beats the crap out of our cars. Not necessarily me. I don't do as good as a job as I do, but my officers do an absolute phenomenal job keeping their cars clean. Nothing like having a nice shined up car and then going down a gravel road to get gas. So I'd like to thank Dylan. He come up, dug it out, brought some shavings in from the sewer plant, leveled it out. Then he went as far. So then I told Cheryl, I said, well, we got to get a hold of an electrician, get some electric ran out here. Nope, he took care of that too. So the tanks are up, they're running, saves a lot of time wear and tear on vehicles, and makes it nice too when the mowers are up here. You can just swing by and fill those up. So thank you for
Yes, thank you.
getting that done for us, Dylan. Appreciate it.
It was almost like instant.
Yeah, it was. God knows it was needed. Also helps us keep a better eye on things too, and a little bit this winter we'll notice it when the wind's blowing 50 mile an hour and 0 degrees, standing out there on top of that hill at the sewer plant, waiting on that slow ass thing to fill you. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot. I do have, if you look down here on my marshal's report, it's violation process. I do have, back up a little bit, I do have numbers for the insurance company, but now the insurance company, not the insurance company out of Milan, but the guy out of Toledo has kind of ghosted us a little bit. So I was able to put all the final numbers together and everything else. And Cheryl and I is just waiting to pin this guy down and hopefully get a check from him for,
Just so you know, Andy said call him
call him.
because if it's taking too long, he said if you're having any trouble, give him a shout.
Okay. All right. So I'm confident that Cheryl and I will get this all resolved this week. More my fault than Cheryl's on that one. I drug my feet on getting the numbers together on all that. The violation process, like I told you guys I would do, I was able to get a hold of Batesville City Court. So I was talking to them about what we were talking about doing, running all of our ordinances and everything through there. Their town attorney, who's a good guy, I'm sure John knows him very well. Blaine, say that right?
Blaine Timonera.
Yep. And he has already filled out an interlocal agreement for us, Oldenburg and Milan. We just got to get together, see who needs to sign it and everything else. So something else that I brought up to her too, and me and Cheryl have been discussing this for several weeks, was on our ordinance violations that the town council approved and everything, and we put into play. 3603 on it says designation of violations clerk. Town council designated the clerk treasurer as the violations clerk. In 3604, duties of violations clerk. It says the violations clerk may accept written appearances, waivers of trial, admissions of violations, payment of civil penalties, and ordinance violation cases per the schedule adopted by the town board. So my question on this is, and I got Batesville City Court checking with their attorney also. John, does this give us the right with the local agreement with Batesville City Court for me and Cheryl to go up there and just file on this? We got over $2,000 worth of.
Yes.
$4,902 is what we got laying that we have not collected.
Yeah, once we get that interlocal agreement in place, that was kind of the point, is we can then use basically them as the violations.
But even on the back violations, me and Cheryl can go up there. Actually, Cheryl can. I don't even have to go. We can go up there and file on these people for not paying.
Yeah.
Their back ones also.
Yep.
Okay. So that is what we're working on. The lady said she'd be back in contact with me on Tuesday, trying to set up a date and time that works for Cheryl and I both, to where we can go up and sit down with them, make sure we have all the T's crossed, I's dotted and everything. So that's what we're working on. And I think that is it. Ordinance violations. You want me to go ahead and take care of that while I'm up here?
Yeah.
Ordinance violations, you guys got a copy of those? There is one violation. The guy come to me about it. He actually flagged me down. I've talked to him several times about it. It is not his fault. He contacted me. It was due on a Friday, I think he said. I could be wrong. I don't have a calendar. And he contacted me right before it, and I told him, I said, let me check into it and I'll get back with you. And of course, that's when all crap breaks loose. But it's on IGA. Should be ticket number 1419 or 1413. So on IGA, it was $100. They had cardboard bells on the back left from previous owners that were busted open over the ground. Zach told me that the warning didn't really get him going, but once he wrote him a ticket, next thing he knew, they were back there cleaning it up. They do have it tidied up, looking a lot better. He told me they're slowly trying to get these cardboard bells hauled off. I told him I would help him out on getting a hold of somebody that would do that for him. And of course, I ain't done that yet either. So it's a $100 fine. He was asking me if he had to pay the fine. He's trying. That's up to the board. I will say that they just spent, I don't know how many thousands of dollars to make sure the American flag was flying high above their store. So I'm bringing that to the board, letting you guys decide whether this man should pay his $100. Zach, has he been cleaning it up since? He's slowly working on it, working better. So I think that's a decision that the board has to make, isn't it, Cheryl?
It is.
Yes.
$100 fine or not.
Your other option is to suspend it as long as progress is being made satisfactorily.
Yeah, that's,
That's similar to what we've done in the past.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a final date on that, John? The date of the ticket was, like I said, part of this was my fault. Was 9/20/25.
How long do you think it'll take for him to, how long should it take him to get it actually?
My personal opinion is if it was me, I'd want to have it cleaned up before the snow flies. So I would say, what is it, October?
I'd
End
say
of October, end of November at the latest.
let us know by the November meeting.
By the November meeting? Okay. You want to make a note on that?
You got a motion to suspend it?
I'll make a motion to suspend it.
Second.
Until the next meeting, right? Just making
Yeah.
sure. November.
One quick
What
one.
ticket number was that again? I'm sorry.
1419.
Thank you.
And then one question for me, so 3605, it says town attorney is directed to negotiate the terms of an interlocal agreement. Are you plan on, we want you to do that, you plan on doing that for us?
Yes, in fact, that's what saying that's mostly done.
Beautiful.
That's the one on 313 Western?
No, he was.
I was back to the interlocal agreement.
Oh, okay, all right. 313 Western, I think she's got that on down the agenda. Last thing I got from the Marshal's Department is town council knows I tell them myself because that's who I am. Obviously, I had made some comments when under the heat of the moment that affected our utility side of the town. No matter how you get aggravated, no matter what's going on, and it just wasn't directed at them. It was directed at the town of Sunman as a whole on some aggravation that I had. However, some of the things that I've said have hurt some of them. I will be taking my time to talk to each one of them individually about what I said and make sure that they heard the full story of my conversation on what I said and not just what somebody wanted to pass on. If at any time any of these members decide that they would like to take it in front of the town council, I'll be the first one to call you guys and ask you for an executive meeting.
Okay.
So I just want to throw that out there. So I'm the type of guy, yes, I'm black and white. I got a big mouth sometimes. Sometimes we speak quicker than what we should. But at the same time, I think everybody here knows I'm also the guy that'll come and apologize or apologies are due. Or even if an apology ain't due, try to work through the situation. So you guys have heard me multiple times praise our utility side. I do think they do an awesome job. I do think Connor is an awesome person. He is very, very intelligent and he is doing absolutely wonders on this sewer and water. Joe is one of the hardest working men of his age that I've ever met. He comes out here by himself without being supervised and just does his job. So yes, I said some things I'll take for what I said, but I also am going to sit down with him and make sure that the full conversation was shared with him and not just parts of it. And if you guys, I'll be the first one to get hold of Cheryl and tell her to schedule an executive meeting over me.
Fair enough.
All right, fair enough?
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead.
Not to that.
To the ordinance violation.
Can you come over here, Zach? Do you mind? Closer to the speaker, it's why mostly.
Just to touch base on a few of the ordinances that were put out. There's some tall grass on, for some reason, I didn't write his ticket number down. Oh, hold on, yeah, 1425. It's got tall grass by the road, tall grass growing up the side of the fence. His wooded fence is between, it'd be the south side of his property between B&G and his address. He said that, first of all, he told me he sent an email to the state. Is responsible to cut the grass on the edge of the road. I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't dug into it. I did try to contact the state. He's never returned my phone call. I didn't dig into much of the zoning part of it. And that's my apology. I will. We have been busy the last couple shifts. And then he said he was not going to cut the grass on the fence because instead of putting boards up, he lets the grass grow so all the trash from B&G doesn't blow on his property.
B&G's closed.
Huh?
B&G's closed.
Passing on the email that I received.
Season's over.
I emailed him back and I let him know very nice that I would talk to you guys and figure out what we need to do to solve that issue.
You can let him know the other part too.
He honestly thinks that we're being retaliation against him because he complained on a pond that was in town that we cannot do nothing about. That's not the case. You go up the tall grass all the way up Meridian. I filed on every bit of it. I'm fighting with the Winter Circle people right now to
Yeah.
do a better job, and instead of cutting the grass once every 2 months, twice a month.
That's not the first person that has said that he's doing something on
I have,
recount.
there's two papers.
I don't even know what he's working on.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I drop a bug in there and say, hey, you need to do a drive-by and check on this.
I think that's just
Other than that, I didn't know he wrote the guy up until after he told me he wrote the guy.
I can tell everybody this, that I do this part-time. I work full-time.
That's
I
right.
work 70, 80 hours a week. I don't need to retaliate on anybody. I can promise you that. He has no clue what I do unless I catch a case or something, then I involve him. He trusts me. Okay. I'm not going to go out and write somebody up because they're mad at their neighbor and they told on them, right? I don't even know the guy that owns the pond.
Yeah.
I gave him some recommendations. We don't have an ordinance for the stuff I recommended, but I recommend that he do a few things. If he does it, great. If he doesn't, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing we can do. The county can step in, and do something maybe. I don't know their codes and ordinances and stuff unless I'm looking them up for a certain piece of property.
That's water under the culverts.
Yeah, I just want people to know that I'm not retaliating to nobody. And if I do write you up, call me. I will work with you. I'm working with the people up the street on a building right now. They're trying. They have family problems going on. The daughter came in. She's trying to get stuff done and also take care of both her mom and dad who are sick. We'll work with you. I'm not out here to find people and collect money. It doesn't, we all want to help, every one of us. Other than that.
I have a quick question. Did you say 1409 or 1405?
For what we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
1425.
1425. Okay, now I found
So
it.
1403, it's a reoccurring thing. They owe a lot of money. One day they pick up stuff, the next day there's 2 extra truckloads on the ground. I don't know what to do. We can fine them every day. They're not paying, right? I don't know if you guys got a recommendation for me.
I don't know what address that is.
1 Washington Street. It's Collins.
Okay.
Oh,
Now they got a car sitting back
Vendor.
there. Now they got a car sitting back there that I got on the time limit. So
Every day can be a new violation.
I'm sorry.
Every day can be a new violation.
Right.
That's what you was
But
telling.
do you want me to continue to fine? We're not getting nothing out of it.
Well, we're getting ready to fix that.
Sounds like we need
Yeah.
to.
I still wanted to bring it up.
We can
I didn't know that conversation
Straighten
was
that
going
and
on.
mine and Cheryl's goal was January 1st for this Batesville deal. That's our goal. Start January 1st, we go to complete e-tickets, everything goes through Batesville. State Board of Accounts is gonna love it. Cheryl's gonna love it.
I'm gonna let it.
You'll love it.
And the town's gonna love it because things will start getting cleaned up.
So in a whole, because I got a handful of them properties too, not a handful, just two, but that are recurring. Don't believe are paying anything. So just continue to fine. I give them 30 days. I give everybody 30 days.
Yeah.
Mostly, unless it's an emergency, if it's gonna harm.
And you have the ability to also increase the fine.
Yes, I can increase it. I can take it up to, I think, like $5,000. I don't want to hit somebody with $5,000 fine.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Well,
That hurts.
Well,
Trying to pay that in today's world is crazy. But, I try to keep as low as I can as $100. I try.
people can also come appeal the amount of their fine.
Right.